this off here. Who do we got? We got Alan on right now. I'm actually going to wipe off the camera a little bit, make it cleaner. That's the key. Here we go. All right. I'll give it, Alan, let's give it a couple minutes to see if we get, I think we had like potentially one other person that was going to be stepping on. Alan's phone is connecting. All right, there we go. All right, we got Alan. Can you hear me? How's the audio coming through?
I can hear you. I can see you, but I'm driving, so.
Gotcha. All right, I'm gonna give it a minute or so before we just go ahead and get started. So we'll give it another minute or so. Alan, who's your manager? Who did your hiring interview for you?
It was Kush. I have to look up. 1 second.
Did you meet with somebody on Zoom and they did you hire?
Casey Kunash.
Oh yes, Casey. Awesome. All right, great. Well, I'm glad you're able to hop on and get on here this morning. We're gonna do
half an hour right now.
What's that?
I have like half an hour.
Okay, perfect. Where do you working?
I'm not working.
Okay.
I'm going to a surgical center.
Oh, okay.
My surgeon. I had hernia surgery like 3 weeks ago. No, 4 weeks ago.
Man. Well, that's rough, man.
I mean, it's the second one, so it's not fun, but.
No, not at all, man. Not at all. Well, you got to take care of yourself, man. You got to do what you got to do there, right?
Yep.
So basically what I would like to do, what we want to do is, the reason we're meeting right now specifically is to talk about leadership. The way the company is growing and the agency, we're going to need some leaders to help us grow and continue to, do what we do and break records. So that's what I'm meeting with you about this morning, is to discuss, what it looks like in leadership and see if that is, the career path that you want to take with us. And really, if that is, then, what do we got to do to make that happen? So have you had any leadership experience before that you can tap into, or that you can, say you maybe were a captain or you did anything like that before?
I've done a lot of the stuff since I was like young. So like not work related. Like when I was in like high school, I played football. I was like one of the top players, So like we made it to state like 2 years in a row when I played. So like part of it was having like pretty much just the older guys training the younger guys, kind of giving them tips. I mean, I used to help people like with lifting and all that stuff. So,
what position did you play?
I was a receiver, but then I got too big and they were like, "You're hurting people," so they put me on D-line.
Oh wow, okay.
I weighed like 220, 230, and then they're like,
wow.
"Can you get bigger?" And then I got to like 245, 250.
Wow, that's big, man.
I mean, I'm 6'3", so
yeah. What's your fighting weight now?
Right now, I'm probably like 200.
Okay. Yeah.
I lost like 50 pounds in 3 weeks after I had my first accident. So like, I drained a lot of weight. I went from like 230 down to like 170 something in like 3 weeks.
Oh wow.
I had a bad accident like years ago.
Oh, that's the worst. Was it a car accident or what?
I had a bike accident downtown. I was gonna hit a guy into the road, and I tried avoiding him. Went on the bike lane. There's a pothole, and the front wheel touched that, and I guess the handlebar twisted, and I landed on it, and it poked a hole, ripped my stomach open.
A bicycle.
Bicycle handle, yeah.
Wow, you were downtown in Chicago.
Yeah, and then I got rushed into like emergency surgery.
Oh my gosh, man, were you going fast?
Oh yeah, I was going like I had like 20 miles an hour. I don't know, like estimate, but I weighed like at the time I was weighing like 230 probably. So a little thing this big, a lot of weight, a lot of force.
Jeez, oh man, that's crazy. I love bike riding downtown though. It's a great thing.
I'm honestly scared of the road. I mean, I used to bike when I was a kid. I like used to ride a mountain bike, BMX. I used to hit Des Plaines Trail all the time.
Okay. Des Plaines. You live in Des Plaines?
No, I live in Buffalo Grove. I live right next to Stevenson High School.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I know where that's at. I've driven by that high school a few times. Supposed to be one of the best high schools, in the state, is what they say.
I mean, when we went there, like there was like a lot of people were getting like perfect ACTs. Like there was like 30 of them. Like,
yeah.
Like my best friend, he went to John Hopkins. He finished the master's in robotics. Now he's like he was doing like something with, I don't even know, like fiber optics. Whatever, he finished the master's in robotics and fiber optics, and
wow.
He's been out of college for like 4 or 5 years. Now he's like, oh, I'm bored. I'm going to med school. So he's starting med school this summer. So
yeah, too smart. He's too smart.
I have like 3 buddies that are in like med school. Well, he's going to residency right now. But most.
Did you go to college?
Yeah, I went to USC. I have a bio degree. I was trying to go bio pre-med, and then I had my bike accident. I kind of threw some things off, and I have a lot of bills. So yeah,
everything happens for a reason, man. Because you go bio pre-med, you're looking down a long road. Road.
I mean, have you seen do you have my resume or not?
No.
I mean, besides that,
you want to know? If I had your resume, I wouldn't even look at it.
Besides that, my grandpa owns a manufacturing company in Wheeling, and it's a CNC shop, and they do a lot of aerospace parts. So when I worked there for like most of my like early life, and like even when I was going to probably take over, but the thing is, my dad's the manager, and he didn't really like it that I was there. He's like, why'd I pay for your college if you could have just like done it without college, So I had some tensions with him. But I was doing like programming, and like right now I was supposed to start a job yesterday for CNC like programming, and they have robotics there. They have like Fanuc robots for automation.
Yeah.
Get into programming those.
Well, this ain't nothing like any of that, man. So how'd you get involved with us?
Oh, I just saw a video. I saw it post on Indeed, and I was like, sounds interesting. Like,
it was a video.
Yeah, I was just part of the call, and then they called me back like a little bit later. I mean, I did sales stuff before. Like I worked when I was in high school. I did Cutco for a little bit. There was like energy drinks, like by my sophomore year of high school, I was selling. It was like Vema or something.
Yeah, I remember that stuff.
And they'd be like, oh, this guy made like $500,000 in energy drinks this year. I'm like, okay. I like old people.
So okay, so you got some sales then. You got a good background, obviously with the sports and everything. You seem personable. A lot of your friends from Stevenson, they're really smart. They're really smart people, right? But not all of those types of people can do what we do. Not those types of people cannot do. My best friend went to Carnegie Mellon. He was best man in my wedding. He went to Carnegie Mellon, graduated top of the class, top of the class. He's a computer science major, right? Really good. But for him to do this, wouldn't he's not the most, personable. He could talk to a computer all day long, but to talk to people, is different.
I had a buddy like that in college, like crazy dude. All he did was smoke weed and like that's all he did. All he did is smoke and just like chill with his buddies. He literally double majored in 4 years. He would literally smoke and just be like, "This is interesting math theory." Like he took every single math class possible at my school.
Yeah.
Like they were not a single math class left. Like freshman year, he was taking like Diffie Q. He's like, "Oh, this is interesting. It's easier than linear." I'm like, people they finish their masters and they don't even get to that level of math, But like, if you put him in a group of people, like he could chill with people, but like he can't be professional. Like you put a computer in front of him, he's good. You put some program, good, but
yeah. It's my roommate in college was like that. It's funny how opposites kind of attract a little bit, because I'm more personable, outgoing. I wasn't a 4.0 student, I was like a 3.0, 2.8, student. But that's not what you have to be successful in this business. So you got to be coachable. So having a sports background, in order to be a good coach, you got to be a good player, and in order to lead, you have to be able to follow,
I have some other things that I can get, but basically also at the CNC shop when I did work there, eventually once I got into programming and I was able to set up more of the complicated stuff, I had people working under me. So like I would have production running and I would have 3 machines I would be in charge of. And then I had people under me. So I would have to go show them what they're doing for every job, train them and continue. So that was
okay, good.
Do you know about ISO standards?
No.
Like FDA?
Yeah.
So pretty much in manufacturing, there's standards of ISO.
Okay.
Like standards of whatever. It's like part of its measurement, it's basically a standard of quality control.
Yeah.
So we had to work with auditors to like get all of that implemented into our shop and like reiterate protocol and all of that. So we used to do that. Yeah, I just kind of met with a lot of different people like in the past. On the side, I used to do construction like growing up, just making.
Oh wow, okay, good. That's good. So you got the blue collar, working with your hands.
Like I've climbed trees with chainsaws. Like I've done roofing, framing, I do anything in a house other than plumbing. Like I can fix it, but I'm not going to run anything else. Like I did flooring.
8 years in a row, 8 summers in a row, I did manual labor, construction, home improvement, bathrooms, roofs, painting houses, putting in tile floors, ripping out tile floors, So I did that. And what I did learn from that is I learned the true value of hard work. I learned what working with your hands is like, but I also learned that I don't want to do this for the rest of my life. I learned I better go use my head so I don't have to use my hands, So, I know I'm going to just maybe take the next 5 or 10 minutes and just break down some stuff for you to keep in mind. And if you're serious about your career and you're serious about the leadership and management, leadership is an unselfish thing. A lot of people get into leadership, I think sometimes for the wrong reasons because they want to get in it for themselves. And there are a lot of benefits selfishly for being in leadership, but the true leader isn't in it for themselves. The true leader is in it to lead and help others,
What I was trying to do at the shop, like I literally tried to do new things so we can make things more efficient. Even when I did flooring, I used to work with people and they used to get pissed off. They'd be like, "Why don't like you showing me this and that?" And eventually I had my own houses. I would get tools dropped in a location. they tell me the garage code I'm in, I'm working alone. Eventually they hired people for me, and they would do whatever they wanted. I would literally be like, do it this way. They'd be like, no, I'm not going to. And then eventually I literally just said, don't do anything. Or I'll literally ask the boss, like, kick you out. And they're like, oh, okay. And pretty much I showed them that, like, even flooring, like, instead of taking one packet of wood, cutting it open, laying one strip, nailing it, you can do the entire room. I used to nail like an entire floor in like a day.
Yeah.
For 4 days. Because if you just lay it out right, prep it, you're done. Like, you have no.
So what you're talking about there, man, is systems, is systems that you have in place, and then helping coach everybody to those systems, because you know that system is the most successful, it's the most efficient, it's the most effective, and you know that, and you're not budging and changing it for other people to be less efficient. So that's kind of what I got from that. And in our business, it's the same thing in leadership. What you have to kind of do is like, if you played football for a team, you'd have to learn their playbook, right? Well, when you come to this business, you have to subscribe 100% to this playbook of this company, and you have to be really coachable to that playbook, because eventually, if you get into leadership, you're going to be coaching that playbook to other people. You're going to be teaching those plays to other people. So the better that you know it, the better you're going to be able to teach it to other people. So, you know, there's positions you work into within the company, and it's all numbers, and there's no I guess, like, I like you, so you can be promoted to the manager today. I can't do that. Even if you were my best friend, my cousin, I can't make you a leader. The only person that can make you a leader in this organization is going to be you with your results, you know? So I love how this opportunity is results driven, and it's I mean, the promotions are based upon, you know, the results that we get. So, you know, you can grow from an agent to a supervisor, and that's the first step in the career. And when you become a supervisor, you're a small team leader, and at that point you'll be making, you know, well over $70,000. Typically these guys are making hundreds or even more, but I could say at least 70. When you're an agent, average agent is between like 40 and 60,000, but some of our top agents, they make $15,000 last month, you know, $20,000 in a month some of our agents are making. So some agents can really do well, but average is between about 40 and 60,000. When you become a supervisor, now you're looking at about 70 to 100,000 on average, but now you have a team of about 3 to 5 people. When you become a supervisor, you go from a supervisor to a manager. Now you have 5 to 10 individuals that you're responsible for. At that point, you'll be making between 100 and 150,000. One of our top managers last week, his name's Matt Hunsberger. He made well over $5,000. So that's obviously what we like to see. I like to see you guys crushing it. But when you go from a manager to a general manager, this is the head coach now. You know, so the supervisor's like a captain, the manager's like a captain, but the general manager is like the head coach. So at this point, you're having a team of 10 people plus, and you're managing everything on a weekly basis. So you got to be a good coach. You got to be zoned in, you know, got to know your players. Some people you might have to take out to lunch. Some people you have to teach them something. You know, some people you might have to build a better relationship. Some people might have to get in their ass a little bit, you know, whatever the players need for you to get them to where they need. You're the head coach at this point. And then when you're a general manager, you're making at least 150 to 250,000 is the average income when you're a general manager. So how long does it take to get there? It took me 8 months of pure dedication, hard work, sacrifice, coachability, and literally just showing up every day and doing what my coach told me to do. And after 8 months of doing that, I picked my head up and I had a team built. I had supervisors that were on my team. I had a manager, and I was the general manager.
Who is Casey for me? Is Casey my manager or?
Yes, Casey is your general manager.
Okay.
Yeah, so Casey's the big dog. Casey's been with us for 12, 13 years now. I think you just said it's 13. No, I hit my 13-year anniversary in June. So he'll hit his in like September. I think he started like right in September. So
Yeah.
Casey's the general manager, been here for 12 years. He knows the deal inside and out. He's like a walking, talking playbook. So literally any question you have, you have direct contact to like Casey. You can just call him up, boom, get your answer like that. So
Yeah, I
that's pretty good.
helped out.
Also, I don't know if he introduced you, but we have two supervisors that are on his team as well. There's Marissa and Mason. I think you get along with both of them actually really well. Mason's a good guy. He played football in college too. So he got tons of energy and a great personality. He wrote $9,000 last week. He made himself like $5,000 in a week. He was so excited. And he just got promoted to a supervisor. So, you'll have a good crew with you.
Obviously, I know that there's ways to make money because I've done it already. Like I worked in a pharmaceutical company not too long ago. I was making $2,000 a week. Like,
so he seems, dude, you just got to be really coachable, hardworking. You have to be committed to it. You know what I mean? And focused. But if you treat this like I don't know, like a career, like going to school almost. Your first year here, you're going to learn a lot, but you're a freshman kind of, so you can't expect to know it all after 1 year, 2 years, you're a sophomore, 3 years, after 4 years, you graduate here, you'll be set forever. And this is life insurance. So when people pay their premiums, they pay for it for their entire lives. So I've been with the company for 12 years. Before I even make a paycheck this week, I get
yeah,
$22,000 a month in residual income.
that's what he was saying. Once you reach a certain cap, then you're just profiting on your own.
I don't know where you can go and work 12 years and then walk away. Like if I quit today, they would still pay me $22,000 a month. And to put that into real terms, if you were a financial advisor, you'd have to have about $8 million saved up in order to live off of $22,000 a month. So I've been with the company for 12 years, going to be 13 years now. And I've seen a lot of people come in and do really, really, really well and jump right into the leadership and explode and change their lives, and in turn change so many other people's lives and helping people. So, the first goal for getting into leadership, especially if you're new, would be to know the numbers of what you need to do, because you can't hit a target you can't see. And then second of all, is it starts with building your team. What I did my first month in this company is I wrote $24,000 in business and I made $12,000 in July of 2008. That was huge for me. Imagine your first month you make $12,000. I never made that amount, $12,000 in a month when I was 24 years old. So that was what I did. And then the second thing though is I brought in 10 people into the business and I got them hired on, and we start building my team with them, and they were the foundation that we start working with. And every month I just kept growing and growing the team, working on my skill sets and working on their skill sets. And like I said, 8 months later, I had a team built. I made 120 my first year. I made 212,000 in my second year. Made 530,000 in my fourth year, and 530,000 in my third year in 2011. And in 2012 was my fourth year at this company. I cleared 937,000 in my fourth year. And then from that point forward, I've never seen less than $1 million paid into my bank account on an annual basis from this great company. That's the power that we have right now. I don't know where you can go 4 years and then never look back and make $1 million a year for the rest of your life. My family's life has changed. I've changed many people's lives along the way. And that's why I want to talk to you today, man, is to show you the foundation of really what it's going to take to kind of get this going. If you're serious about leadership, the first thing is if you're a leader and you turn around and no one's following you, you're just going for a walk, right? Yep. So a leader has to be able to influence and attract and recruit people, just like the head football coach for Alabama, Nick Saban. his main job is he got to call good plays. He got to coach the team up. But if he don't got a team to coach, how good is this? How good is he going to be? You know what they say? You can't make chicken salad out of chicken shit, right? You got to have some good quality as well. So, your first goal, I would tell you, man, Alan, is if you were my brother and I was like, we're going to get into this thing and we're going to rock it with you. We got to get you set up with your starting 10. So who would be the first 10 people that you would want to like start a business with, offer this opportunity to, and bring them in to start with you?
They wouldn't do it.
Well, that's what you have to figure out who would be your starting 10. If they wouldn't do it, then they wouldn't be your starting 10.
My buddies make money. Like, they don't care. My buddy owns a fitness business. One's in medical school. Like, most of my buddies are like in like.
So you're the only one that's unemployed?
Out of my buddies, out of my main group of buddies, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I had surgery 4 weeks ago. So
yeah.
I haven't been.
So when I came in to this company, bro, I knew so many people. Some of them were really successful. They didn't need it. Most of them needed it. And most of them knew people that needed it. So here's what you're going to do. Here's what you're going to do. You're either going to make it happen or you're going to make an excuse. Either way, someone's going to be winning. And if it ain't going to be you, it'll be somebody else. So either you can figure it out and say, I'm going to get my starting 10. I'm going to get people in this business. I'm going to recruit and build my team. Or you can make an excuse and say, I don't know anybody. And then don't do it. And that's fine. But don't tell me that you want to be in leadership and make $250,000 a year after 1 year and have an organization build and be successful and be on stage and get all these awards and stuff. If you can't do that, that's part of the deal. You have to be able to recruit and build a team,
people, that's kind of what like my main buddies, all my close buddies, like my closest friends, they wouldn't do it because they already have stuff going. But I definitely know a lot of people that would be interested in an opportunity like this. Even for Cutco. Even Cutco. We used to make commission on bringing people to the thing. I did the same
exact thing. You worked at Cutco?
Yeah, I did Cutco.
Oh my gosh.
I was in the Northbrook location. That was like we had the winning office for like 4 years.
Dude, so, if you did Cutco, you would crush it here. If you were successful.
I did Cutco for like 2 years on the side and I was still selling. Like I literally did it weekends only sales.
Wow.
Like I worked full time. I was working like 10-hour, 12-hour days. And then on the side, like when they had meetings, they'd be like, if you can swing through come Saturday, I'd be running at work. Literally.
So think about it. You're selling knives, and knives are important and they're helpful, but like this is a viable product that people really, really need. I want you to know at the end of the day, we're talking about money and recruiting and all that, but really at the end of the day, this company on a daily basis is protecting families. And I've seen it with my eyeballs. I've seen, unfortunately, people pass away and we are literally like the first phone call that they make. Yeah. So, we're helping people really one of the worst times of their lives, man. So, don't forget about that. And it's a really valuable benefit that you're going to be able to bring to so many people and help them out. Because it's not a matter of if, it's pretty much when somebody passes away, they're going to need something to help their family. And we're the ones that do that, especially for the blue collar families here, So, but yeah, that's exciting, man, that you've done sales before in multiple facets. And now, now you'll actually be able to sell something that, is meaningful, it's helpful. And then it's also going to pay you literally for the rest of your life. And if you passed away, it would go to your kids and it will go to your family of your wife and your spouse and whoever else you'd want to leave it to. So it's a beautiful, beautiful thing we can set up and build together, man.
Yeah, I definitely know how important it is because like even my grandma, like she never had a will or anything, and just when she died, like my grandpa was like, you have to do it, and then she died and like you can't do anything.
Sorry to hear about that, man.
So I get how important that type of stuff is to set up beforehand. Otherwise,
yeah, man.
you end up trying to have to figure out everything. I mean, like for my grandpa, it's fine. He has money. He owns like a big company for like 40 years. But like
Yeah.
for other people, they die and like, let's say they have bills or whatever else, like they get screwed a little bit.
Oh man, yeah. I've seen it, and when you get into the business, you'll see even more firsthand stuff, and some of it just, really hits home, hits your heart a little bit, and makes you more passionate about what we do too. So
I get it. Like I've seen it. I've literally helped people out. I've done a lot of stuff. I've had
seems like, how old are you?
25.
25. Okay, you've done a
I've done
lot for 25.
I've CPR'd people before. Like it's weird.
Oh man.
The guy that fell cracked his dome open, just like fell over, just cracked his dome, and like we had to do stuff.
Holy cow.
I've seen a lot of weird things. Like I mean, I
Well,
started working out.
when I came in, I was 25, bro. When I started with this company, and I think it's a great age because you're still young enough, but you have the maturity. It seems like you're very mature. Some people are 25, they act like they're 18.
I mean, 12 years old, I was working cutting metal in a machine shop welding. Like I was
I can
12.
tell. I can tell, man. I really can. Just by talking to you today, I can just tell you're a lot more mature than the average 25-year-old, I would say. And that's going to really work to your advantage on connecting with people and working with our clients and I think obviously in leading and building your team as well, man. So
Yeah,
good
no,
luck on. I know you got your doctor's appointment today, man. I hope it goes well for you there.
yeah, I mean, trust me. I'm at like, how do I do this? Like,
Oh, you don't want to go there anymore,
I know, like, it's not the most pleasant place to be, but
huh?
things
Well,
happen.
dude, hey, to a speedy recovery to you, man. And cheers on getting your license. So everything happens for a reason. That'll make sure you just lock yourself in a room and just get this license knocked out, man.
Yeah, no, I think part of what I had to mature quicker because like things happen, things fall apart, you get hurt, you realize what's more important to you. So like I don't care about like most things that people deal with, or like Facebook and Instagram and all the fake, but everything that people are getting worried about.
Exactly, exactly, exactly.
I have
Well,
some
now
that have had some
with
serious happen to them, or like some people have had cancer. I almost had cancer a couple of years ago that my doctors thought, and like makes you
that's
different.
scary as shit.
Yup. I mean, my grandpa had cancer. He had open heart surgery. I thought when I had my first accident, they wanted to have me do colonoscopy and everything at like 20 years old because they thought I had cancer. So
Oh
like,
man.
it's not pleasant. Literally, like I didn't have the most normal college experience, but you learn a lot of different things.
Yeah, man. Hey, if you can come up to the office one day, when we're all up there, man, make it up
He
one day. That'd
said
be cool.
on the 24th. Casey said the
Oh,
20th.
cool. Nice.
Depending how fast I can get this paperwork done, I'll try to swing in.
Awesome. Awesome, man. All right, cool. Well, I'll be up there that day. I look forward to seeing you.
Okay. It was I appreciate the call.
Definitely, man. Have a good day today. Good luck on getting that license, okay?
Are you usually in the office, or are you from home, or how does it work right now?
I'm in the office as much as I possibly can be. We're moving right now, so I'm kind of in a moving phase with my house. We just bought a house in Chicago, finally in North Barrington. So I've been renting for like about past year and a half since I moved out here. So we
North
finally bought. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I've renovated a lot of houses there.
yeah. It's a nice area. It's my speed. I like it up there. It's more country, a lot of trees.
I mean, Long Grove, it's like unincorporated. Long Grove and Barrington is nice.
Yeah, yeah, it's on the way actually. I kind of drive because I live in Glenview. So when I drove from Glenview to North Barrington, I drive right by Stevenson and Long Grove, right in that area. We looked at some houses in Long Grove. It's a nice area too.
Yeah, I mean, it depends. Like, even if you go a little bit north, there's stuff like near Crystal Lake. There's some nice houses
Yeah,
but
yeah.
far away from like everything a little bit.
It is. But I don't mind. I don't mind.
Yeah,
I'll
I'd rather
drive.
build than like have people over my head, you know.
Yeah, yeah. Well, hey, I'll let you go, man, and then I look forward to meeting you next week. All right.
Okay. Thank you
Hey,
and
man.
great day.
All right, brother. See ya.
See ya.